Hello and welcome. This is the trade recap for Insiders Flow. We had an interesting week, especially with Apple. We had CPI come out. We've had multiple reports from jobs or jobless reports. We've had Biden say a few things. We saw a market being held up by about two stocks, maybe two or three stocks. One being Apple, who's been on a basically a 20% tear in the last couple days. It's been kind of crazy. So what we're looking at is going over our trade recaps, and what we're going to start with is the level 99s from this week. So the first one being BAC. So we have BAC here. Let's go to the proper time frame. So the alert, let's see. The alert was 322 potential. Simple enough, we didn't get it. We actually got an inside week. So I'll be looking at that. The next one was CVX. On the weekly, I believe the alert was inside week. So we're looking for an up move, which we got. So there's two ways to enter these. You can enter, because it was a double inside, I always go to the outer inside. So you could have entered on the inside week here, got a little bit better entry. I just chose to wait. Multiple ways to enter this one. If you were trading the back inside day, or inside week, excuse me, you could enter it here. You're looking to basically get out at 10% profits because when we're looking left, there's no magnitude. There's no like exhaustion. There's nothing. There's no resistance on this one to really scope out. So what we're looking at in the hourly chart is just a 10% move, which is right here. But you have this kind of boxy range. If you didn't get out there, you could have sold at the open here. And that's why I always say if you're trading one with a ticker and you're looking left and it's either above that resistance area and there's nothing else, just take a 10% win, which is exactly what this was. Let's look at the 30-minute entry. Yeah, kind of the same deal. You have multiple chances here to take this. Kind of danced around that line pretty heavily the whole time. That's, again, if you took that outside one. I think I did tweet out this one as well, so you could have paid attention to that. The next one being Dell. Let's take a look. Dell's a 322, so we get a 322, but we did not get a 322 green, which is usually what I look for. Obviously, I'm wanting the rev to pop up, but it was still a winning trade, I believe. Well, let's go back here. So the trade was above this. We did open, so it kind of invalidated right off the bat. We opened kind of above it. So there was nothing there other than retesting. So if you wanted to retest this, do this. And we go back to the 1 hour. I don't even think it triggered on the 4. Okay, it did trigger on 4. Yeah. So you can see here, you get a trigger up here on the 4 hour, you get a trigger up here on the hour, you get a trigger up here on the 30-minute. So on the 30-minute it was a winner. On the 1 hour, it was a slight, let's see, what's the move? 58. Oh, that's more than I thought it was. That's definitely more than 10%. That's actually more than 20% on premiums. So about 20% premium move, nothing great, but here, it's falling back down to that 50% line. You can look at that in the future if you want to. Not the best trades. We have a 10%er and a 20%er and a no trigger. So let's look at Nvidia. This one was interesting. We had multiple trades on this today, as you can see by the the chart. So here's what I'm looking at in the future. I'm no longer going to call 322s. I'm no longer going to be calling 22 revs even. I just find that the amount of volume to keep increasing on those, though they can be big winners and they do win consistently. there's no true form of invalidation. So you saw on Dell where it opened above at one point opened above that line. It's just like, okay, where's the entry? Is it just invalidated entirely? So I'm kind of chilling out on those and looking more of the two ups and two downs and the two downs and two ups. But Nvidia did trigger here uh, below, and we got all the way down to 280. So you could have played that at the open. You could have played the retest. Again, multiple forms of ways to play this. I know that I alerted Nvidia. I'm almost positive I alerted Nvidia throughout the week, even aside from this one. Again, these gap downs on these have just been hard to deal with and hard to trade as we move into a market that kind of doesn't know what it wants to do because it's relying on one $3 trillion market cap stock. So Piton, I believe the play was what? Inside week. Clear cut. Enter here. Around 41, all the way down to the 30, 38 range. Pretty good. Pretty easy. Basically never, once you entered there, you never looked back, never came up, never retested. Real easy trade. That's a 200 to 300% trade there if you held all the way, if not more. Let's see here. Roblox. Roblox was what? 2 up, 2 down on the weekly. Oh yeah, this is a great trade. I think I talked about this one. I'm not sure. So 2 up, 2 down. Our entry was just across below this, and we got all the way down to our take profit, basically down to the penny. A $10 move. I know that me and Mod God were talking about this one even before I alerted it into the chat. I was like, man, this is an easy $10 move if this happens. Obviously, it popped back up, but you're looking at, the trade as a move. Look at you enter here. Yeah, you get some move back up. You never get stopped out. There's no reason to get stopped out of that. You could even add up here, especially on here. You have a 2 up and a 3. So it tried to go higher and it couldn't. So you add down here. So now you're doubling your size or adding a couple of contracts to it, and then you get a $10 move in your direction. Pretty easy trade. I know it gets sketchy here and stuff. So here's one thing I want to talk about real quick. Like, where's the obvious stop loss for this? Again, it's relative to what your tolerance is. But if I'm looking at this huge bar, I'm looking at the one prior, setting up top, and look at it's got rejected like 10 times. Not 10 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 times. Close to 10. So again, pretty straightforward trade. Let's look at the next one. UPS. This is one of my favorite setups. Coming into the week, this was a 2 up reversal. So we had a 2 down. I'm looking for a trade above 206, and we are already up to 209. Entry could have been on the 9th. Yep, on the 9th. Basically never really came back down. I mean, you could have sold here, you could have sold here, wherever you wanted. It hasn't hit the magnitude yet. Like, it hasn't hit the point of where it could, but when the week ends, I'm not trying to hold these for months at a time. So you could still be holding this, maybe scaling up profit and resizing and rolling up. So that was UPS, Apple, and BP. So Apple, 2 down reversed didn't happen. BP inside week. Let's see what we got. Oh, we opened above it. Pretty much invalidated. Never even touched the 50% line. Nothing there. No trigger. IBKR, 2 up, 2 down, I believe. I obviously think this is a winning trade at some point. Let's see. There's so many ways to play these 2 up and 2 downs. You can use body. You can use wicks. I obviously use wicks. So let's see if we ever get an entry. Yeah. Let's see. Our entry's here. 77.09 up to 77.46. So it's 10%. probably 15% actually on IBKR. Spreads were a little weak this time around. So I'll call it a break-even-ish winning trade, kind of choppiness, but you definitely could have sold even on the next bar for 10%. So, and if you're watching this and you're wondering why I keep mentioning 10%, that's because that's what we trade here. That's why we're consistently winning, consistently growing. My account's up 73% on this week, which is just nuts, and it's basically just trading the 10% rule. So that's why we take gains at 10% and let a couple run, and it's working very well for us. All right, next we have low to down to up. Yeah, wow. 254 to 261. It's a great move on lows. It's always nice when you can catch a trend like this too. Multiple entries throughout the weeks. Awesome stuff on that one. MAR. Inside week, and we got a $6 run on that one too. Very nice. mRNA. This one might be an outside week. I'm not sure. Another gap down. So could you technically take the opening play there? Yeah, I wouldn't. Never even retested. So no trigger there. QCOM. This was a retest one, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, which basically never triggered. I don't think. No, because it ran into exhaustion pretty much right away. It was such a tight range. So what I was hoping for on this one was 2 up, 2 down, coming down again. So basically a 2-2-2 or a 2-2 start, but didn't happen. Well, it's okay. Yeah. So I really suggest playing weeklies. You know, trading these 4-hour charts, very helpful. Yeah, it's difficult and it takes a lot of patience, but if you're someone who's not day trading, it's very easy for you. Okay, on to some level ideas. Let's see what we got here. Let's just look at today. Or let's actually start at the beginning of this. Let's see, 1, 2. Yeah. We had a massive list coming in. Let's take a look at some stuff. So let's look at AMC. Levels 30, 47, 27, 15. What day was that? It was the 6th, yep. So, oops. Oh my gosh. Okay. So, on the daily, this is pretty clear, but you get a entry right here, and you get to move all the way up to $33 from $30, which on the AMC premiums right now is a great and healthy move. That's probably around 40%, 50% to here, and then you're looking at even probably 100%, 125% on the premiums to there. So that's great. But now, you know, as it kind of tapers off, what you're looking to do is obviously you're out at that point. And as it comes down to here, you're looking for what? To see if it holds and bounces up, or if it's going to break down, get below that 50% line. You could play it all the way down from 27 down to 25.96, that area. AMC is becoming a stock where I think we know where it's headed. Yeah. Let's look at a loser. This is one of our losers. So today we alerted snow at 30. Yeah, so it was just an inside day. Previously, I think it was a double inside day. Yeah. So here's why I usually take the outside day. I'm sorry, not like a 3-day. I'm talking about the outside inside. So the first inside portion. I would have never gotten to this trade if I was taking this level. So let's take a look at this. If you played the first or the second inside day, you'd be getting in right here and basically getting out break even. If you played the outside one, which I always recommend, and it's on me that I didn't really talk about this, but because snow being a lot of Friday, obviously, I wasn't gonna trade the first inside day because we were just looking for lottos. But anyways, this is why I talk about this. Never would have been in this trade. So let's get rid of this one. You're just looking at this range right here. Now it's a big range, and you can play the 50% area if you wanted to, but that big range, it's like, yeah, it really needs to bounce out, and it tried, and I mean, look at that candle. It's brutal. So loser, based off the levels I gave, and let's look at another trade here. Let's look at PayPal. PayPal was a pretty easy one, right? You have your clear take profit area, and it hit it pretty easy. Let's look at Cyber, which was a bummer today because their premiums were kind of shot. Another one, clear take profit zones, like right around here. Whoa, I don't know why that's so high. Right around there, get it pretty quickly and pretty easily. If you entered here, 154, take it down to 152. I mean, what more do you want out of a stock when you're trading in the 30-minute time frame? What's another one? Here, let's look at Amazon real quick. What was Amazon's inside day, right? Right. And we have a clear take profit level. You can even play the bodies, like I've said. So you can hit here, you can hit here. So let's look at entries here. So entry would have been, where am I looking? Oh yeah, this is what I want to look at Amazon. This is great stuff. So enter here, and it starts reversing back up. Now, depending on your risk tolerance, this is how we trade it. We would not get stopped out here. Why? Because you have the 50% rule. So it goes down. We trigger in. We're in at 3489.77. It goes back up to 3519-ish, right? And then it goes back down because it never really breaks above with any volume. Yeah, it's just declining volume, and it doesn't really break above with any momentum. So I'm looking at this. Now, here's where I would have stopped out. See this candle right here. So yeah, it gets above the 50% line. Okay, so you could stop out there. That's perfectly fine. The reason I didn't is because the volume is decreasing. So I'm thinking, okay, it's moving up, the volume is decreasing. It should come back down. This candle right here never breaks above this one. It immediately flushed down. So I was like, okay, good. This should go. Then we get the inside 30, and it breaks down. So now we're back to, another inside 30, breaks down, and now we're back to break even-ish right here, okay? And right there, you're looking at your first take profit zone, or if you're swinging, which you totally can because you have clearly defined take profit areas. You open up here, it flushes all the way down, between 1, 2, and 3 take profit zones. Sometimes you have to stick out a trade and look at the conviction and the overall trend here. I mean, you're looking like this. Is it trying to make a new high? Yeah, okay, but it's declining volume. You're looking at things like the 50% line. You're looking at where the take profits are. You're looking at looking left, seeing where the support is, the resistance is, and all those things. So overall, pretty good week in the choppy mess that is this market. Appreciate you guys. If you have more questions about stocks and what's to come in the channels, let me know.